Here we have an example spreadsheet with some data already on it, and we're going to talk about comments and version history. So first, let's talk about comments, which would come from people that you have shared the spreadsheet with. Um, and if you've given them comment or permission, that's all they'd be able to do. Editors, I suppose, could make comments as well, but they could just make the edits themselves. One way to see them would be on the spreadsheet themselves. We've got this orange uh, corner, the top right corner of the cell that shows that there's a comment in that cell. Also, in the top right of the spreadsheet, we have the Show All Comments button. Looks like a little speech bubble. And if we click on that, it shows all of the comments. You can also click on this comment, which will take us to that cell where then we can see what the comment is. Obviously, this is just an example from my coworker here, and he just says this is a comment, right? But he could have said something along the lines of, we're missing a total here. So then I would go and add a total so I could get a sum of this column. Or maybe he could say, the number in this cell is supposed to be this number, and then I would change it. If this was Google Docs, I would be able to just take the comment and apply it. For instance, if it was, a wrong number, um, I'll show you what I mean by uh, right-clicking on the cell and then going down to comment to make my own comment, which is not something you'd usually do, but for the sake of an example, let's put in a different number, something similar, so like 14,755, right? If this is Google Docs, we'd be able to just accept that comment and then the number would change. That is not how it works in Sheets, so you have to manually make the changes. So resolving the comment doesn't actually change anything. It's just a mark that you've seen it. So it's a bit less convenient than Google Docs, but I think that's just because might be a little bit too complicated to do that in Sheets, but maybe they'll eventually add that functionality. So I'm going to close the comments here. And now we're going to talk about version history. So if we go up to File and we scroll down a little bit, we've got version history here. And we can name our current one if we want, which I did with some other ones, which we'll see when we hit See version history. So, currently on the current version, we got this older version, which has one edit, which is sort of highlighted here in green. So the change to the background fill color that I made is one edit. So if I were to restore that, it would remove that change. If I were to choose this one, it would remove the red and blue columns that I made with the background fill. And then this example named version, which I named, would take us back to the original spreadsheet that didn't have any of those color changes. So if I say view original, it will show us what it actually looked like at first, which is obviously different from how it looks now with these columns filled in with those colors. So you have the ability to, switch back to other versions of the spreadsheet, and you can even name those so that you have a better idea of what was going on in that version.